Well, Marty Firestone, president of Travel Secure, joins me now to talk more about this. Marty, good to see you. So what is your reaction now? We're expecting to hear more details from the government, but vaccine mandates, from what we're hearing, essentially will end for the time being for domestic travelers.
Seems every day we wake up, another little bit of good news. So positive, I guess. Until the announcement comes out, I'm still perplexed on one point and that's that you can leave internationally, but to come back in, what's supposed to happen then? Do you have to go and sit in a 14-day quarantine because you're unvaccinated? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so I can't wait to hear what they're going to address at that point.
Do you think this is going to help the delays that we're seeing at the airports, reduce the lineups, make things more efficient in processing?
Okay. Domestic travel, absolutely, 100%, both leaving and coming back. Here's the dilemma I see. Great news, restrictions lifted. Passport lines, I think, are going to get longer now because potentially there's 5 million unvaccinated individuals that may decide to travel now. So isn't that great news? Well, my passport's expired or has less than 6 months. That's going to cause bigger lines, but it's good news. We got to get it going somewhere. My concern is arriving back in Canada unvaccinated. That's going to slow lines down again because you have to show proof that you are vaccinated or that you're prepared to sit 14 days in a quarantine and give them your address and everything. So little up in the air at this point.
What is also perhaps up in the air, Marty, is, and we know that the airlines, when they were looking at lifting some restrictions, masking, etc., the airlines themselves maintained their own mandates. We saw that in the United States, for example, where masking was lifted, but a number of the airlines still maintain it. We know that's still maintained here in Canada, and we still have to find out whether or not that part of it will be involved in this in this announcement. But your take, do you think airlines themselves may say, well, here's what's been lifted, but here's what our rules are to ensure that all passengers are safe?
Yeah, we don't know. And having just returned myself from an international trip, it was surprising how that airline I could sit with no mask. Yet when I got to Air Canada on the airline trip home, of course, full mask from the boarding area right on. So you've got to ask and you've got to be prepared. But how they're going to handle masks is probably the next thing in line. But this one today I find most intriguing as to how they're going to handle unvaccinated individuals heading back into Canada internationally.
And there is a possibility that these mandates may have to be reinstated. It says they're keeping a close eye on the variants. So there's that. The pivot is still in the books.
Absolutely. So you've got the random testing that's on hold, a hiatus till July 1st. This will also fall into line. If they see numbers coming back up again, they're just going to clamp right down. Nothing worse than a step back. It's very hard to take something back that was given to people. So let's hope it continues all in the right direction.
That announcement set to happen later on today. I know, Marty, you'll be keeping a close eye on it. Marty Firestone, president of Travel Secure, thank you for this.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
You too.